Thank you so much for inviting us because we are a very young museum, and I really thank for this opportunity. So, to start with, I got this a line which is Zapur Museum of Art and Culture, a museum and culture center by and for the people of Maharashtra. So while I was reading this, I thought, why it is always by the people and for the people, why it is not with the people. So that first idea came to my mind. So I will just tell you about the museum first. The museum, Zapurza Museum, the name Zapurza is coming from a very famous poem by Keshav Sut. This word actually doesn't exist. He has coined this word for a state of mind where the artist goes in while creating an artwork. So this is a very elaborate poem. You'll find that poem somewhere. So the museum is basically a representation of a passionate personality. Mr. Ajit Gadgil is a passionate collector, and he started his collection, Dr. Garge, with Pythanis, because being a jeweler, he used to get a lot of Pythanis to recycle the gold. So they used to burn those saris and melt it. So he thought, why don't we just keep those and give that money, whatever they needed. So that's how the collection started some 25 years ago. And then slowly, slowly, he collected a lot of objects and a lot of interesting things with his passion. Then I joined him in 2012 to collect art. And that's how we started. And then the idea came saying that what would we do with this collection? So he said, I would like to share it with people. And that the whole idea of the museum is the sharing. So that's the basic idea of the entire museum. That he has a collection and we want to share it. So we found a place a little away from the city, which is around 45 minutes drive. It's on the bank of Khadakwasla backwaters. And we have created a new place for that. We have some 13 galleries, and it's a huge collection. It's around 50,000 objects. And the collection ranges from like the matchboxes to Amrita Sherigil, Rabindranath Tagore and everything, Atul Dodia and everybody. So it's a huge collection. So we have some 13 galleries. We have an auditorium, a full-fledged auditorium with 200 capacity. We have a 600 capacity amphitheater. We have a lot of great people performed already there. The museum started last year on 19th May 2022. We are just completing a year. And we had some 95,000 visitors last year in this very short time. And the museum is a very popular one. And that, I think, is one thing which I should mention. So basically, what we are trying to do is actually what you are trying to do at Bahudaji. Basically, we are a museum, but we would like to call ourselves as a facility. And basically, also thinking of this idea of museum as a learning resource. So how the museum becomes a learning resource, the first-hand learning. Whatever knowledge you get from the books is definitely a second-hand knowledge. Somebody has studied and it comes to you as a second-hand knowledge. So we are trying to create some opportunities, some activities for the people so that they engage in different levels on different people with different people on different levels. So that's one idea we are trying to work with. And also, we have some plans. We have a conservation lab, which is a full-fledged conservation lab because we need to upkeep the collection. And hopefully, we are thinking of coming up with a conservation school in future. That's one thing which we definitely wanted to do. Activities like we are actually following you, Baudaji Lad. So we are planning a lot of activities. Right now, we have stations where you can block print and other things. We are having some exhibitions curated by the guest curators also. We had some international exhibitions. There was an exhibition called Critical Zones, by Goethe Institute, and there was one exhibition which I curated, which was a Biennale of World Textile Art. We had curated an India edition there, and hopefully we are planning to have another edition after a couple of years. Probably it will be an international event. And I would also like to take this opportunity to announce a project which we have initiated with Goethe Institute, a curatorial project where it's in two parts. The first part is translating. We have a huge Barwe collection. So translating Barwe's writing in German and Paul Klay's writing in Marathi. And the next part is going to be the exhibition of Barwe and Paul Clay together. So that's one big thing which is initiated, and probably you'll see that. Uh, I haven't got the presentation because I don't want you to see the images. I want you to come and see the museum. Yes, and we are actually learning a lot from people. We are interacting with people. We are learning a lot from them because we have a varied, a huge section of people coming to us, and we have this collection which is around 50,000. So we keep changing the exhibitions. Of every 3 months, there is a change in the gallery so that we can show the collections. And the curatorial idea is to tell the stories with these objects in different ways. Sometimes the objects also come again in different exhibition with a different perspective. So we are all trying to do all those things. So that's a bit I wanted to say. Thank you so much.